Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ask That Podcast here on YouTube. Now, y'all that know me, I'm a huge comic fan. I mean, that's kind of obvious, but I grew up in the time frame where, as a kid, the Harvey Comics were everywhere. Like, everywhere. If you went to a store, they carry comics, they're going to have some Harvey, they're going to have some Archie, they're going to have some Gold Key / Whitman. And the Harvey ones are the ones that really appealed to me, and I'm not exactly sure what got me into them at first. I do know I was reading Casper and Richie Rich before I knew the cartoons. I know there was cartoons in the 70s. Was it Richie Rich and Scooby-Doo had a team-up show? Well, we're both on the same show. I don't think they ever crossed over. So nowadays, and the thing is that there are not many trades collecting all this stuff at all. So nowadays, anytime I find any Harvey stuff, especially hot stuff or Richie Rich, buck or less an issue, I grab it and just add it to the collection. And it's always one of them, like, so if I have friends over that got kids, if kids want to come and hear some Harvey stuff. I love it. Let's get into it. The only issue of Casper I can find is issue 176. Steve Scout. Something somebody pointed out. Harvey, always, their first page of their comic was an ad. Usually it's the third or fourth page where you actually got, and this is November 74, where you got to the actual stories. And you got Casper and Wendy the Good Little Witch, and there is 2 or 3 of these Casper movies, because there's one with Wendy the Witch in it, and it's an early appearance for Hilary Duff. She's probably no more than like 10, 11 years old. So it's like pre-Lizzie McGuire, pre-anything like that. She plays Wendy the Witch. And the Casper movie's not bad. And as you see, they got Count Voodoo's dirty work. I love that with that Count Voodoo. Yeah, it's just typical. I'm not the biggest Casper fan. I have some stuff here and there. Oh, God, look how horrible the art is on that ad. Look at that. That kid just looks, some of him looks messed up. Whoever did that, not a good artist. Not that I'm a great artist. I'm not a good artist. Excuse me. There's always a text story, you notice, and the part of that's because they got cheaper mail rate. Spooky the Tough Little Ghost. Most of which you're going to see in here, I got at Comic Commander. He had, last time I was up in there, he had 2 huge long boxes on the floor of kids' comics, and give me 2 seconds. Alright, sorry about that. I had to futz with the air. My dog was getting a little chilly. This is Devil Kids number 60, Hot Stuff. Now, see, that's the thing. They call it Devil Kids, but the only Devil Kids really in is Hot Stuff. I guess it's just a way to give Hot Stuff another title. And there is later on, and the thing about Harvey is Harvey was huge, like 60s and 70s. 70s was their peak. They died off in the early 80s. They tried to revamp them once in the 80s. In the early 90s, they had a huge revamp. They came back and they had like the Hanna-Barbera license, a bunch of cartoon licenses. Walter Lance, put out all this stuff, Saved by the Bell, New Kids on the Block, and every bit of that bomb. Like, finding those comics, that second run, finding those in good shape, good luck. And they went to comic shops, just nobody else, kids were buying them, beating them up like these. Okay, this is, post by month, this is June of 73, so this is actually older than me. And Hot Stuff's character I've been a fan of since I was a little kid, because my dad has a Hot Stuff tattoo on his left forearm. And his whole thing is he's a little devil and he likes heat. That's it. Oh, man. Casper Bedsheet. I want Richie Rich. Or Hot Stuff. And the records, and see, advertising all the comments. Look at this, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 different Richie Rich comics coming out. 10 coming out that month. And see, they show you the dates. There's a calendar. And this stuff, like I said, it was all over, and they were, for a while there, you found them, like, I can remember when I was hitting, like, 5th and 6th grade, and most of my friends that were into comics were getting out of. They wanted to get rid of the comic collection, so, okay, I'll trade you some shitty Nintendo game I don't want, or, something for them. And it'd always be a stack of Harveys, a stack of Archie, especially the Archie Spire Christian comics. I had piles of those. Because them comics were comics, they didn't matter about their comics. Alright, let's see this is. This is Devil Kids, number 65. Hot Stuff, Prince Charmer, Aunt Clinker, Stumbo, and Old Floodle. They're showing all this. Okay, this is for May. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Richie Rich comics coming out. Richie was their big one. Richie was their big money maker. And they worked with the Girl Scouts and the Boy Scouts and the Campfire Girls and all that shit for a while there. Stumbo the Giant. There's all Hot Stuff. Casper Awards. And the thing about Hot Stuff is you don't see much Hot Stuff merch. You see the comics. Every once in a while you'll find a piece of clothing, but not very often. Hot Stuff was one of the ones. I don't think there's ever been a Hot Stuff cartoon. Any of that. It was always Casper and Richie Rich. You know, Wendy. Harvey Collector Comics. This is a way for Harvey to reprint some older stuff and charge a little more, because this is a 52-page comic for 35 cents. This was half that size for 25. This reprints, but okay, this reprints Richie Rich Millions number 1 and 2. So we got, I like the Snoopy battery powered pencil sharpener here. This is from 76, January. And Richie Rich. And there's his cousin, Reggie. And it's Pee-wee and, God, I can't remember the kid's name. And one artist did a lot of this stuff. And Harvey is still around. The Harvey girls, Little Lotta, Little Dot, all them are shown. There's a made-for-Netflix cartoon like Harvey Street Kids or something, and it's all the girls. I don't think Richie showed up, but Richie had his own live-action show. And, Richie's had a couple of live-action movies, and a couple of cartoons. Casper's had a few here and there. Matter of fact, the Casper cartoon that's based on the live-action movie Christina and Ricci is really good. It was, really, really good. I actually would get up on Saturdays and watch that. And I was way past grown by the time that came out. And as far as collections, only ones I really know of is Dark Horse did a few back in the day. They're hard to come by. I got the Hot Stuff. This is Hot Stuff 123, 25 center. And this is from July 74. So this is, go on my cover day, this is as old as I am. And you see the art all looks about the same. I just enjoy the fuck out of it. And this is something if I want to read a comic, I don't want to read anything that's, I got to really think, oh man, the monstrous mosquito. There's mosquito, I guess. Oh man, the Hot Stuff record. I wouldn't mind having that. Toy Soldier. This is Hot Stuff, the Little Devil. Look, he's walking the tightrope and burning it up. Where's this one from? This is from September 74. Excuse me. Old buffed up Hot Stuff with his diaper. His asbestos diaper. And when these both came out in the 80s and in the 90s when they came back, I was buying issues. I was like, hell yeah, it's Hot Stuff and Richie Rich and all that. I'll pick up it, especially I love digest-sized comics. So I'd pick up the digest, and I've got a few. I just got to find where they are. They're put up. Another Hot Stuff 133. And there's the Hostess free pie ad where Richie Rich and Boscom, Richie's chauffeur. And this is from 76, March of 76. And I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, I know you're a huge Sad Sack fan. I have no Sad Sacks. I can't find them. Like, I find all the other Harveys, but I never see Sad Sacks anywhere, because I would have picked them up. And I think I mentioned this in a video. If I ever find these Sad Sacks, $1 or less, I'll pick them up, hit you up, and be like, hey, I found these. Do you want them? I'll sell them to you for, what I paid, shipping costs, and a small finder's fee. And the finder's fee probably like, hey, man, slip another $5 in there. You know what I'm saying? I know you love them. You've been a fan of the channel pretty much since I started, and I appreciate it. So, I don't mind helping out. And this is like, see, getting them on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, every week. They came out 3 times a week. And look at all these comics, man. 4 weeks are going to have 4, 8, plus 5, that's 13. 18 comics out in a month. And most of those are Richie Rich and Casper related to them. I don't see anything. Little Lotta's the only one, and she's kind of related to him. She shows up in Richie. Oh, the dentist ads. I must not publish these ads that much in West Virginia and Mississippi, because, I like this little green devil. And I guess part of the thing with household, they didn't do a lot of ones. They're afraid, especially in certain parts of the country where the Bible Belt, and I live in the fucking Bible Belt. Oh my God, it's a devil. Can't show it to my kid. They won't believe in Jesus. Come on now, people. Now we're going to get into my Richie Rich stack, and I got a huge stack, so I'm going to go through these fairly quick. This is 137. Indoor Racing Pad. Now, every month. Look, there's a Hostess ad for Casper. This is from December 75. Professor King Bean. I always loved Professor King Bean. I love that Richie Rich. There's one issue I remember he had his mansion is so big that he packs food for multiple days so you explore the west wing of the mansion, part of the mansion they haven't been in years. The impression I always got was the mansion was so big it was like the size of a fucking state. It was huge, huge. Call it the fruit tree, the flavors of Starburst. And they could pretty much do anything with Richie, and it worked. And I know that. Oh God, look at this Hugo, the man of a. I like this. I know that some company out there tried bringing Richie and Casper on that back, and I don't think it did real well. This is Richie Rich Bank Books, one of the spinoff series. That's a 30 center, so this is a little bit later. Harvey Ward. Oil, get rid of that squeak. Of course, the ad. This is 77. Wow. And they had a house style. I mean, most of your kids' comics companies back in the day had a house style. I mean, that's just, they did. Their house style was, in Little Lotta. Their house style was not bad. I liked it. Little Lotta was one of the ones that's on that Harvey Kids cartoon. I remember that crab ad forever. Harvey Kids cartoon on Netflix. That's a 35 cents, 52 pager, baby. It's a big, thick book. Dad, it's coming to life. A robot built by ancient civilization lives once more. Read the ancient one. There's Richie Rich Billions of Thrills. This is from 75, August 75. This is one of their published every other month. Where were they based at? New York, okay. It's a little bit thicker, so it means you get more short. And I bet you these little bit thicker ones, you probably got one news story and the rest of the stuff was reprints. I'm not sure. I've never done the research. There's all the books coming out. Audrey. Little Audrey. You see little Audrey right there. Little dot right there with all the dots on her. And I got other, there's all kinds of, they would give any, there's a Richie Rich and Billy Bellhops comic. What kid would want to read a comic about a bellhop? But they made it, and there's one issue, and I've got it, and everybody seems to have forgotten that. I have it put up. And later on, when Harvey did the comeback at night, Richie Rich met up, there's a little dot, Richie Rich met up with fucking New Kids on the Block. I don't have any of those. It was like a multiple issue. It was like a miniseries. I remember even as a kid not wanting to read the text. So, it's a comic. I don't want to read a full text story. Trix Rabbit and the Great Bike Race. Okay, Richie Rich Billions, number 21. It's a lot later. It's a 50 center. For 50 page, you're paying a little bit less than a penny a page. Well, Casper in a Host of Fruit Pie ad. This is January 78th. So this is probably one of the later ones. This is probably one of the ones I grabbed off the newsstands. Because 77, 78, I was buying these off the newsstands. Collegeville costume, like the trash bag with the part on. Look, I like Jaws. Look at Jaws. Ooh. 67 cents. Cadbury the Butler. Cadbury the perfect butler, and don't butt my butler. That's was it Gloria, Richie's little girlfriend. Why should be a Campfire Bluebird? I don't know what the Campfire Girl is any relation to the Girl Scouts. Made of money. UNICEF, they always trick or treat for UNICEF. Baby Huey, you don't see a lot about Baby Huey. Made of money, one of Richie's rivals. She's like a little spoiled brat. You always get these one page strips, How's everything about Richie Comics? You always got a pile of stories. And rarely, if ever, was it continued into the next issue. Richie Rich Big Money Game. I'd love to find that. I love board games. Sea Monkeys, the old Sea Monkeys. Richie Rich Collector's Comic. This is issue 6, 35 cents, 52 pages. Treasure of Golden Memories, the best from 1 and 2 of Richie Rich success stories. The best from. So it means it's not reprinting all of it. This is from 76, July 76. And more way to make some money, man, reprinting these old comics. And they're all on newsprint. And I think that's part of why this can't come back. They're not going to put them on newsprint. They're not going to be able to... There's no way they could sell these for $1 or less. So and kids ain't going to spend, parents... First thing, parents are not going to spend $4 on a comic the kid will read in 5 minutes when that can buy the kid some shitty game on the tablet that they'll keep them entertained for hours on it. That's part of what Kid killed kids' comics. Success number 2. And that's kind of sad because the comic industry now, even when, you got all these kids growing up now that know the Marvel characters, know the DC characters from cartoons and, movies and all stuff, TV shows, live action shows. We got, look how huge, look at the CW. CW is doing better than it ever has because of the Arrowverse. And those aren't great shows. Arrow, it's okay. Flash, that first season wasn't bad. That second season, I gave up. I just could not get into it. I have not tried Black Lightning. Legends of Tomorrow, I don't mind. Stargirl, I haven't tried. I haven't tried Batwoman. That's huge, but yet, can't get a kid to. Why is a parent going to pay $4 for a Flash comic when they can watch it every week for free on CW TV or on the app or whatever? That's just the way it is. Comics are basically the testing ground for movies and TV now. Richie Rich Diamonds, issue 20, 25 cents coming down the diamonds. Every story is a gem. Man, damn you, Ed Piscor, for pointing that out to me. He's the one that pointed out. I'm pretty sure it was Ed that pointed out in Harvey Comics. Always the first page was an ad. This is from October 75. Look, I like this house. Oh, hey, dude, Tom, here's a Sad Sack ad for you. Hey, Sack, a tiger escaped from the carnival. Wowie, let's go on a safari. Safari's so good, Sack. Ha ha. Wait till I get my hostess fruit pies. He never goes anywhere without his pies. Let's go, Sadie. Gee, Sarge never lets me do anything. Guess Susie's following that GI. Don't turn around, just walk in the cage. Okay, out this way. You saved the day, Sack, with my hostess fruit pies here. Apple, cherry, and blueberry. Light flaky crust. Real fruit filling, yum, delicious. You get a big delight in every bite of hostess fruit pies. I remember Sean Baby. One of the first websites I became a fan of online was the Sean Baby site where you printed a lot of these hostess fruit pies, but it's always the superhero ones. I would love, and I know the rights would be hard to do. Somebody collect all of them. Every one of them in a big thick book. There's even a parody one of Preacher with Arseface eating a fruit pie. It's just disgusting because it's Arseface. For the people out there that don't speak British slang, Arse is British slang for ass. He's called Ass Face because his face looks like an ass. Cadbury, the perfect butler. Customize, restore auto van chair. Now this is an ad. Circular on how to redo vans, but the kids reading this, they're too young. I like that big monster thing. Little Dot. When you think about it, really the only kids comics that are still coming out would be the Archie stuff, and even they've tried rebooting. They tried attracting an older crowd because Archie stuff was written by teenagers, but it was read by young people younger than teens. Back in my day, the only teenagers I knew reading Archie was females. By the time most of those guys were like, fuck that, we're reading X-Men, and whatever. We weren't reading Archie. This is Issue 15 of Richie Rich and Jackie Jokers present a special non-centennial issue. This has got to be from summer of 76, I bet you. The bicentennial. May of 76. Okay, I was close. And that's Jackie Jokers. He's the clown prince of showbiz. It's just, there's another sad sack one here. I'll read this one too. For bravery above and beyond the call of duty, we decorate you, Private Sad Sack. It was nothing, sir. On the contrary, Sack, it was something. Yes, something, but what? And furthermore, Sack, you are promoted to rank of lieutenant, and you will have Sarge your assistant from now on. Sarge, as you were, speak when you're spoken to. Yes, sir. Wake it up, Sack, you klutz. Breaks over. Sleep on your own time. Yes, sir. Ooh, look at that. Hostess Twinkies. Here, have some Hostess Twinkies, Sarge. Why, thank you, Sack. That's very kind. May I have 2 Hostess Twinkies? No, just 1. Oh, pretty please. Okay, Sarge. But only if you call me sir and let me sleep some more. Oh, yes, sir. Just you rest, sir. Make yourself comfortable, sir. Sack, you sure know how to do things right. Delicious Hostess Twinkies, golden sponge cake, creamy filling inside, delectable. I'll do anything for an extra Twinkie, even be nice to Sack. But as soon as the Hostess Twinkies are finished, oh boy. Ben Franklin. The Honor House, got something. Johnston. Let's see, you learn a little history from this. Washington crossing the Delaware, the Red Coach, a little bit of history. The history of these teachers in school, which is sometimes accurate, sometimes not. Okay. Well, superheroes started getting bigger. They decided they're going to make Richie. So he's going to be super Richie. Thrills, spills, and billion-dollar bills. The poor little rich boy. Richie Rich is super Richie. Hold on, Gloria. We'll save you. Uh-ho. The crime monster was more than he seemed on the surface. This is a 52-page, 50-center issue 16. So what year are you going to get? I'm going to guess 78. And the DC has done a little different. And I don't even remember what Super Richie's were. I mean, he could fly, but I don't know what his other powers were. And Cadbury was like his sidekick. And so you usually in these, you get one Richie Rich story that was like 2 or 3 You know, 2 or 3 parts. Then you got a bunch of little one-pagers to break shit up. The Swagmore plot. Richie Rich, the poor little rich boy, and the envious gods. Well, Earth people, how did your puny 3 get on Olympus? Go on the X101, sir. Here we go, the Adam Awards. I saw this, somebody talking about this recently. Okay, look at that. We got Jackie Jokers, Richie Rich, Billy Bellhops, Richard Rich, Adam Awards, Knapsack, and Comics Kid. I don't think Adam Awards or Comics Kid ever appeared anywhere. Billy Bellhops appeared once. Adam Awards, honor you for all the good turns you've done for everybody. Brings you the Gold Cup. Look for Richie Rich and Adam Awards. You'll see Richie Rich and Adam Awards in your hottest Richie Rich comics. I don't think so. The War of the Gods. And then our final one. I don't know what. Richie Rich Vaults of Mystery. This is the one I'm gonna really get into because they're always like adventure stories. And like this. Got you, Richie Rich. Nothing can stop the Gogol now. Can you solve the mystery of the Gogol before it's too late? 25 cents, issue number 9. So this is gonna be 70. I'm gonna say 77. We got a host of Street Pie with Richie. 76. Okay, that was a year off. And it's just, you know, the Gogol. Richie fighting the Gogol. Irona, the maid. This is Richie Rich. Right, well, that's it. I hope y'all enjoyed that. And if you did, you know, leave a comment. You know, what Harvey books did you read? Are you old enough? Are you the right age? Because Harvey really is this stuff is really a 60s and 70s thing. If you're a kid in that era, you probably at least saw some issues, probably read some. And I could have got a lot more than this. There was a pile of these in that bin, and I didn't. It's like, you know what? When I first started this, I'm going to grab every Harvey, Richie Rich, and hot stuff I find. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to grab every hot stuff. And then I was like, man, I'm not going to get all the Richies because I don't want to spend $40. Yeah, I got this nice big stack here for next to nothing. The Casper's the only one in the stack that wasn't from that. And I'll be honest, I usually sit on the back of the hamper in my bathroom when I go get up in the morning. You wake up and you're half asleep and you go take your morning constitution. You're trying to wake up. I'll grab a Harvey because, you know, the brain ain't functioning fully yet, but it's functioning enough I can really enjoy a Harvey comic. So I hope y'all enjoyed that. Remember, if you did, give me that thumbs up, leave a comment, subscribe, all the other bullshit. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.